We all know that a T-90 could take on 4 Abrams tanks without taking any damage. And this is true. I bet you hate the T-90 because it's Russian, isn't it?
The T-90 and to an extent the T-72 is not a good main battle tank in terms of its design in today's standards of armored warfare. While at the time it was impressive to have a tank with an auto-loader in such a small design with a 125mm cannon, a lot had to be sacrificed in protection. Sure, you can slap ERA blocks onto the hull of the tank to increase protection against chemical rounds, such as heat. But with how small the tank is, it has become very difficult to increase the armor of the turret and hull without having to design an entirely new tank. The Russians claim that Soviet designs were just as competitive as other nations' tanks. But simply put it, they were outdated by the 90s after the battles during Desert Storm, where T-72 tanks were no match against NATO tanks and IFVs. And during the fall of the Soviet Union, the military didn't have enough money to develop new tanks and were forced to still use the old Soviet design. Even to this day, the T-90 still has a horrible reverse gear that is slower than a 90-year-old grandma with a walker crossing the street. It is clear that the T-90's first battle was the design board, which it has never won. The existence of the T-90 is a shining example of what the Russian state currently is, a third world country pretending to be a first world superpower.
You're just a NATO fanboy. You Westerners can't tell the difference between a man and a woman.
I hope you get hit by a drone.